kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he's not going to take the touchback. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The give to the single back. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you've got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
It's a defense that prides themselves on taking the football away. They believe they could impact this game with turnovers, and they get an interception on the opening drive. Wasn't a big return, but that doesn't matter. They stole a possession, and that is huge for their confidence.
Right down the middle. Makes the catch and runs his way into the end zone for the touchdown. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. Brought down at the 26 after a 15-yard pickup.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Might be looking to run. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. He wants to throw it again. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. First down here for the offense. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
It's now 3rd down.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna let it fly. Pulls it in on the right. Touchdown!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Hand off from the shotgun. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. He's got him wide open. He's got it, and he'll take it in for the touchdown.
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll keep it on the ground, off right tackle. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he'll take this one all the way home and into the end zone for a touchdown.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he's not going to take the touchback. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The give. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Quick completion on the out route. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Past the first down marker and still running. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Under fire. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Firing toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Oh, he's got a chance. There he goes. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard games.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Here's a heat. On Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Final play of the quarter coming. The give to the back. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away.
Ball is loose, and the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
All wideouts, no backs. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Marked it out of bounds at the 46.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Oh, he wants it all. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying.
Breaks into the open. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Calls his own number. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. And now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. He's in for the touchdown. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. And this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. The home team has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. Louisville is just a play or two away, and oftentimes we see games like these come down to coaching. They're up by 7 over Louisville. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. There he goes to the right. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. All the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
1st and 10.
Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Spins away from the defense. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. 6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. Might as well stick with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season saying we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it, starting to pile up some conference wins. Now, Jesse, getting to the middle of the season, and you got to continue to evolve, right, and be ready for some of these rivalries.
No doubt about it. And I think they also like the fact that they've got some guys stepping up and making plays consistently. It's one thing to do it off in non-conference play against weaker competition early in the year, but now that you're into the meat of your ACC schedule, they've got guys on both sides of the ball that they can count on week in, week out.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. No good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, Matt. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, great. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Got his man downfield. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. The give to the tailback. Turning it on. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Quarterback will keep it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Second down coming up.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Caught in the backfield. It's Bridges. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air on first down. Hauls it in. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Going for the big play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got got him set up at the 20. This quarterback part of their running game. Headed to the end zone. He's in for the score. Touchdown.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
PAT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the score came on an impressive run from the 20. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half, we'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Lofts one deep down the right side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
On third down, he drops to throw. They'll run the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield on first down. He'll take the deep shot. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. Finds his tight end. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
It's now third down.
Third and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Gonna look downfield again. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bridges. The chains will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the outside. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to get it through the air. And into the end zone for a touchdown.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. So that drive covered just 44 yards. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Wants to go up top on first down. He's got him. And it's a touchdown. Puts 6 on the board.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Well, look what's happening now. Old Uncle Mo has hit the transfer portal and is changing sidelines. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Brings it down on the right side. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who we really want. There he goes! And it's a fumble after that huge gain. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
Black 24! Black 24!
Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First and goal for the offense.
Come on, set. Ready, go.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man out of the backfield. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Brings up second and goal.
Just going to keep it after the snap. sprints into the end zone for a touchdown.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Will take over. First and 10.
And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Use the play fake, now to throw. Rushes on him. Hit as he throws. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally get QB finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
So, guys, we'll see this offense again. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. He'll try to take it back. And he was looking for the pick 6. He'll have to settle for getting it inside the 30.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Picks up the 1st down. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Running back searching for a hole. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defenses defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and their centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Unloads quickly. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the catch. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
You saw the tight end on a big play there in that last 3rd down. Why not go back to him again here in the red zone? With his size and his athleticism, he is a matchup nightmare down in this area.
Gets behind the pads and slams into the end zone for the touchdown.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he added the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
1st and 10.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. And how about that play? Even with the short return, they're in the red zone. They've got it at the 17. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He's got it and still on his feet. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdown.
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I want to change something up or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and scoring.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Oklahoma was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Sooners performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll start this drive with a pass. It's complete on the right side. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And after that long completion for their 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Going to swing it on 2nd down. He rifles one deep down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the 1st half. And here they are in the 2nd half defending a deep ball.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive. Looking deep. Catch inside the 25. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
And I I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field, throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40. One final play before the end of the quarter. To the ground with the back. Got enough for the first. It's a running room. And it's a touchdown.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
We'll take over. 1st and 10.
Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Looking to the big tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They just keep firing. Fires to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. There's the pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quickly complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's got it and just sashays into the end zone for the touchdown. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
He'll return it. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Here's the handoff. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. He's got the tight end. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And with a lead like they have here in the fourth quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
Turning it on. He's at the 20. And it'll be a touchdown. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
First and 10.
So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. And pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
Yeah, in this part of the field, man, those windows shrink, and it's hard as a quarterback sometimes to really force yourself to throw the football. You're sitting in a good spot in second and goal. Just throw that thing away. Don't take the sack and put you in a bad situation.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got his man. They put it in the hands of their playmaking receiver, but he will be stopped short. It's 4th down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. Fires into the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown. They give themselves a little more. Pushing as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Colorado is going to enjoy the trip back to Boulder after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there at Folsom Field, and suddenly it's quite the resume. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. Wants to throw on 1st down. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to...
Looking for a deep man. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
He will take a knee, and the defense can stop the clock one more time, but this one is just about in the books. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Backing up and backing up on the first 2 plays, now to try to throw it and drive on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And That's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but, let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Is that guy's foot human? My goodness, did he hammer that ball from distance.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Ready to fire from the pistol. Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
No harder position to play in a ball game than the offensive line. You know, tonight in this game, you're down by a lot. You know you have to pass the football. Man, it's a tough job to protect up front, and they definitely struggled on that play.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big late in the game. You know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. To the air on first down. Using his legs to buy some time. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Trying to find the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. On the move. They had to have it, and they got it. A touchdown late in this game.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Snap in the shotgun. He's got it. Two-point conversion is good. Just a couple of possessions down, so there is some hope. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.